In the grand, glittering pantheon of world deities, few figures are as simultaneously awe inspiring, misunderstood, and let's be honest, downright terrifying as Maha Kali. Some call her the Dark Mother, others the Destroyer of Time, and a select, trembling few know her as the goddess you don't want to bump into in a dark alley, unless you're trying to face your own existential dread head on. But who or what is Kali really? And why, throughout the ages, have witches, mystics, and seekers either shivered at her shadow or run toward it with open arms, sometimes both at once? Let's wind back the cosmic clock to ancient India, where tales of gods and goddesses were as common as chai stalls. Kali bursts into the mythological scene like a force of nature. Literally. According to the most famous legends, she sprang forth from the brow of the goddess Durga at a moment when things had really gotten out of hand. Picture this: a battlefield crawling with demons immune to most forms of divine pest control, and the gods throwing up their hands in utter despair. Enter Kali, eyes blazing red, tongue lolling, necklace of skulls, and a skirt of severed arms. She doesn't really do subtle. But before you clutch your pearls, remember, in Hindu cosmology, destruction isn't just about doom and gloom. It's an essential part of the cycle of creation. Kali is the cosmic reset button. She destroys not for the sake of destruction, but to clear the way for new beginnings. She is the goddess who shows up when you desperately need to Marie Kondo your soul. And she's not afraid to toss out the skeletons in your closet. Literally. Now, about that fear factor. Witches and practitioners of the occult have always had a complicated relationship with Kali. On one hand, she's the ultimate liberator, the one who says, well, let's drop the ego, toss aside every illusion, and see what's left. On the other hand, facing Kali means facing your deepest shadows, your worst fears, and all those uncomfortable truths you'd rather leave under the rug. She is, after all, the goddess of endings and transformation, and that tends to make people more than a little nervous. It's not that Kali is out to get you, it's that she's out to get the parts of you that are holding you back. And let's face it, most of us are pretty attached to our comfort zones. So why is Kali such a big deal in shadow work? Well, if you're not familiar, shadow work is the glamorous spiritual process of rooting through your psychological basement and befriending all the bits of yourself you'd rather pretend don't exist. It's like cleaning out your emotional junk drawer. Only instead of old batteries and expired coupons, you find unresolved trauma and suppressed rage. Kali is the patron saint of this process. She doesn't just encourage you to meet your shadow, she hands you a flashlight, a crowbar, and a pep talk, then locks the door behind you. She's the ultimate guide for anyone bold or foolish enough to confront their inner darkness. Walking the Kali road, as it's sometimes called, isn't for the faint of heart. It means embracing radical self-honesty, letting go of old identities, and accepting that true transformation requires some metaphorical blood, sweat, and tears. It's a path for those who want to be forged in the fire, not just warmed by it. The Kali devotee doesn't seek comfort, they seek truth, no matter how unvarnished or uncomfortable it might be. It's not about self-destruction, but about destroying what is false so that what is true can finally emerge. Is it scary? Absolutely. Is it worthwhile? Ask any mystic who's come out the other side. Given all this, it's no wonder there's a cult of Kali and priests who devote themselves solely to her. In a world obsessed with light, love, and manifesting your best life, Kali devotees are the ones hanging out in the shadows, reminding everyone that you can't have light without darkness, and that life's roughest patches often lead to the greatest growth. These priests and priestesses aren't doom mongers or goth enthusiasts gone wild. They are spiritual warriors, midwives of transformation, and let's be honest, probably a little bit intimidating at parties. But what does it look like to actually invoke Kali? It's not all about dramatic costumes and cemetery rendezvous. Here's a simple ritual you can try if you're feeling brave or just want to see what it's like to knock on Kali's cosmic door. Find a quiet space and set up a small altar with a candle, preferably black, red, or blue, a bowl of water, some flowers. Hibiscus is traditional. and an image or statue of Kali if you have one. Light the candle, sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. When you feel centered, chant the mantra Om Pi, Om Krim Kalikayai Namaha, pronounced Om Krim Kahali Kahyai Namaha, either out loud or silently, repeating it 108 times if you're feeling ambitious, or as many times as feels right. As you chant, visualize Kali standing before you, fierce, loving, and utterly uncompromising. Ask her, with respect and maybe a touch of healthy fear, to help you release what no longer serves you. When you feel ready, thank her. Blow out the candle and pour the water outside as an offering. But here's the thing, invoking Kali is not about summoning chaos for chaos's sake. It's about transformation, about letting go of the baggage you've been lugging around for lifetimes. It's about facing the parts of yourself you'd rather forget and emerging not just unscathed, but empowered. Kali doesn't want your worship. She wants your courage. She doesn't want your fear. She wants your authenticity. So, why do witches fear her? Because Kali doesn't play by the usual spiritual rules. She's not here to coddle or comfort. She's here to cut through illusions and demand the real you to step forward. But for those willing to walk her road, she offers a gift no other goddess can match. Liberation, not just from the world, but from yourself. And that perhaps is Kali's greatest secret. She is the darkness that reveals the light, the destruction that leads to creation, the terrifying mother who demands nothing less than your total transformation. So the next time you feel the urge to tidy up your soul, or you're standing at the crossroads of your own shadow, don't be afraid to call on Kali. Just be prepared for her to answer.